Okay, today's the day I've been waiting for. I finally got my bed cover for my truck. I move a lot of boxes and stuff, so I like everything to stay dry and cool. Plus, it helps me keep the back of my truck clean, which on a brand new truck is important to me. I got the UnderCover Flex. It's a tri-fold system that sits on top, and I picked the one that I thought was best here, because there's a lot of them on the market. So I just picked the features I like the best. Let's get it out, let's get it open, and I'll walk you guys through how I'm going to install this thing. Okay, so what we have is a left and right rail segment with the bed cover actually latches onto. Sorry for all the noise. The one thing that I did love about this system is it has a bed light that attaches to it, and you can turn on and off. Has batteries in it. Truck has bed lights in it already, so I don't know if I'll need this, but it would be nice if I'm ever getting in the back of the truck in the afternoon time and night time, and I had forgot to turn the lights on, so I could just reach over and click this on and have some light in the back of the bed. And of course, we got all the hardware and instructions that came in the box. I did go out and read the instructions prior to starting all this, so I had a little bit of knowledge. Yeah, that's another thing I like that they did. I think this is new, and I'm not sure. They actually powder coated these black instead of silver like I've seen a lot of the others, and I just think it'll blend in with the bed a little better being black instead of silver. So that's pretty neat. Glad they did think ahead about, you know, some people want their trucks to look pretty like me. Seeing all these rubber pieces, not sure what for. We're gonna have to read the instructions here. I know these are to mount the front of it to your bed. So pretty simple. Some foam rubber pieces. I'll figure out with the instructions where these go. Foam that goes across the back of the bed near the cab, which creates a seal for the front of the system. And then there is some loom, I assume, to put the hoses in. If you can see this, this actually has a drain system where it drains out the bottom and we run it out the side of the bed. That's one thing's really weird. I might need to go back and check the box. I have not seen the hoses just yet. Yeah, I do not see the hoses, so I'm gonna have to go back and check the box, and then I'm gonna get up into the truck after I read a quickie on the instructions, take you guys with me, and we'll start the install. The drain, I know that's going to go towards the front. You can see there's a nice foam seal down the edge of this. That's going to help seal against the outside of the bed, and I'm assuming, of course, it's there to help keep water out, which is exactly one of the major things that we want to do with this also, is help keep the water out. So the only thing we have to do is, it's going to be a little hard for me to do this myself and talk to you. Of course, we're going to have to put on one of these clamps. Take a 1/2 inch socket, and you see I put that on the bottom of my drill there, so I can kind of do this rather quickly. Okay, it took me a second to get the first one on and figure out what was going down with this whole setup. They actually engineered this thing really well, but they did not put in the instructions how and why they did what they did. So let me see if I can get this camera down here and show you guys. So I hope you can see this. I don't know if you can. There's a little dip in the rail right there. And then there's also this rubber piece that they put on here that helps hold the clamp. There's another dip in the rail back here. They give you another rubber piece. Then there's another dip in the rail. They give you another rubber piece. So there you can kind of see how that works together. So the clamp actually goes over the rubber piece. The other thing they do is they give you 2 lips here that both of them they're keyed So I keyed it in the bottom one, and then of course it goes underneath the rail. I hope that's getting a good enough video for you guys to really see, because I know it's not very light back there. But they engineered it well. They just did not put it in their instructions. So let me go ahead and finish putting the other two clamps on here, and we'll get back to rolling. So here we are, we're going to pull another clamp out. I'm going to put the keyed section back in the bottom one, hook it around the bed side. We'll hook it around here first and then around the bed side. This is a little tight. Loosen the bolt just a touch. There you go, and you can see how nice that really fits right in there. I'm taking careful sure to push this all the way to the front of the bed so it seals to the front of the bed. Pull out my handy dandy drill. And I'm not tightening all the way, I'm just giving it a snug fit. And then I'm going to move on to the other one. I hope you can see that one there too. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. Here's a little notch in the bed side again. Go ahead and pull the rod out of the way. Which brings me to a good point. Again, I'm going to get it keyed in the bottom one. I want to make sure that rod's going to miss. Of course, that's some good engineering by these folks again, because the rod does miss the clamp. And I'm going to go ahead and take a look and see how all of this looks. And if it's square, level, looks like it's flushing really good, then I'm going to go ahead and tighten it down. And then we're going to start on the other side. I'll get right back with you. So let's go ahead on and snug all these down right into place, because I feel really good. Feels good and tight. Looks really good and smooth. I'm a big component about engineering and how well things fit together. So far, this seems like a really great piece of equipment and well engineered, which is important to me. So that's one side on. Actually, it took me longer to figure out the clamp than it took me to put it on. So if they would update their instructions with some of those key things we showed you about the clamps there, I think things would go a lot smoother. We're only looking, I've been at this whole thing maybe 10 minutes. I'll get the other side done real fast. I'll just do some real quick video of it, but I'm just not going to stop and explain anything. We'll keep rolling. Then we'll put the top on. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get this side installed. Again, you want to make sure it's pushed all the way to the front. This time I'm going to install the middle clamp first to help hold my piece for me. Remember, I put the clamp in the bottom notch, just like I did the other side. Actually got that screw a little too tight for my liking. Alright, I'm just going to show you a quick video, as ugly as it's going to be, me laying on the floor here and just getting this side put in and trying not to play around with it. Just try to go ahead and get her done. We are running out of daylight, so I'm kind of in a hurry here. Okay, you can see I'm laying on my back. We're going to get this other side put in for you. We're running out of daylight, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining this one because you guys have already seen one. Get the clamp adjusted. Handy dandy drill. That's great. I backed it out instead of putting it in because I was loosening them to begin with. So now I got to try to put this washer on this bolt one-handed. Excuse me while I make a mess out of myself here. They allow you to cuss on YouTube because that's fixing to go down real quick with some major cussing. If you got a buddy that can help you out, this sure would probably roll a lot faster. Even though so far I've been able to pull this off one-man gang style here. Now we got one side in there. What I'm going to do is tap the end of it, try to make sure it stays flush. Then we're going to roll out, find our indent right here. Put the next one together. Go over. Same thing on the next one. I know you guys probably don't have the best view, pardon the old fat ass here. Bleep that out if I have to. Again, I'm just going to give it a quick knot to make sure it's all the way seated down here. Drop my battery out of my drill. Everything happens on YouTube, baby. We'll run back in here. Give these a quick tightening. Put my rod back up. And there you have it. Both sides are now installed. Now we're getting ready to put the cap on. Okay, so the next step is going to be put this nice rubber seal across that bed cap. I've already cleaned it. Well, I used some paint thinner that you're not supposed to be using, but I just did it really quick because I know it flashes off fast. So I used some lacquer thinner. You're supposed to use alcohol, but I just want to make sure I have it clean and get a good grip on there. I will apply this. I'll see if I can set the camera down in a way you can see, and then we'll be ready to put the top on. Peel off. I'm going to try to get it all the way to the outside edge of the lip and push on it a little hard over there so there's some extra room. And then I'm going to put this on almost like I put on pinstripe tape. When you put on pinstripe tape on a car or something, you pretty much put your starting area down and then you just draw a line with it. You don't try to stick it down inch by inch. So if you do that, guess what? It'll never be straight. So I'm just going to try to draw a line with it here. Run it all the way across. Come back down and I'm pressing it softly at first. And then I'll come back and stick it down a little harder. And that should be relatively straight. Then we still have this side over here that we have to contend with. I want to make sure I push it down in there good. Cut a little extra slack out of it. And that should be sealed all the way to the outside lip here really good. So far, so good. Relatively easy. As you can see, just keeping a seal on the front to help keep water out. Now, I don't know how much water we get in there anyway because the way the cab is, but I'm trying to keep out as much water as possible. I guess the tricky part is getting this heavy monster up in the bed by yourself. So again, if you have some neighbors and friends, it'd probably be better to give somebody a call. Okay, so we know this is the side that has to go towards the front. I'm going to go ahead and leave this foam on here because I'm leaving this folded up to actually set it up here the best I can, because I am by myself. What I'm going to do is lay that forward. I'm looking on both sides to see where the seat hits. Now I'm going to take off that extra foam that was on here, and what I'm going to do is push this all the way to the front until I kind of feel it bottom out. And then I'm going to flip it up again. Because these two braces that are supposed to hold this in need to go on first. Of course, one on each side. It's going to be a little hard for me to show you how to do this. But basically, there's a slot in the cover. This slides right into the slot here. So you're going to put that in there. This will twist down. That's going to hold on to the bedside. Maybe I can put the camera down here where you guys will be able to see that. So let me try to get this loosened up first. So what you see, this is going to slide right in that slot. I hope this is showing you what you need to see. I'm kind of running blind. So there's a little rubber lip there. I'm going to slide that right in behind it. So this will actually go in and hold the bedside once I'm underneath and I'm torquing that down. So my main objective is to try to get this front lip against that bedside right there for now and make sure we bottom out all the way. Now before I tighten that down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unfold this thing and shut the tailgate, make sure everything looks right, make sure it's sitting square. I love this finish they put on here. It is a matte powder coated finish, and that's one of the reasons I chose this. I'm not so sure about the carpet because I don't know how it's going to hold up, but the matte finish to me looks really classy and beautiful. And I'm glad they did that. So what I'm checking now, ooh, that's a long drop. I'm just checking to make sure everything closed. Which should tell me that that's pretty square. I'm checking the fitment against the tailgate, which tells me it looks like I need to go forward a little bit. Yeah, I would assume that that's about right. There's a little rubber seal on the back side of this that feels like it clicked in right. And I'm trying to look down the bedside because there's a line in the factory bedside that I'm trying to make sure is square from side to side. And it looks like the fitment is hard for me to tell because I'm not under there looking, but it looks pretty perfect to me. First try, I don't know how that's possible. I assume that would be adjusting. I am going to pull back just a smidge on that. Yeah. Okay, I just pulled back just a little bit on each side. And to me, that fitment looks absolutely perfect. So here's the odd part, you know, I've seen them flip them up and go down there and untighten this stuff, but I don't feel like I should flip this up to do that. So I'm actually going to crawl inside the bed, so you guys will lose me for a minute, but I'm going to crawl in the bed. It's just 2 hand knobs. I'm going to tighten those hand knobs. Then I'll get the camera down and we'll go under there and look at those. Okay, I got them tight, so I'm going to do one last test fit. Tailgate seems like it seals up snug. Like I said, I got a line down my bed on the side from the factory bed cap. And I look pretty even down both sides. So as you can see, this is nice and flush and level, which I like. It's really low profile from the side of the truck. You won't even know it's there. It's heavy duty. They say it holds 400 pounds. I'm kind of a fat guy, but I'm not going to jump on top of this and see what it'll do. Again, I like the fit and finish. It's really classy looking. It's a satin finish on it, and it really matches the truck and looks beautiful. So now that I've got it on there, what I'm going to do is fold it back and take the camera inside and show you guys how I lock the inside down, and then show you the other features of this thing. And then we'll put the light on it and we'll be finished. Again, I don't know how good this is picking up, but one of the things I really love about this bed cover is the fact that you have a prop rod here. The good thing about that prop rod is I saw some other bed covers that actually fold against the back of the cab, and they think that gives you a little bit more space. You know, there's probably 5-6 inches back here, but this will keep it from ever hitting my paint, which is very important to me, especially as a guy who just bought a brand new truck. And I'm just not going to lie to you, I adore my new truck, so no way in hell I'm going to try to get a bed cap that's going to scratch the new paint. Excuse my language. But here's the prop rod. Real simple to use. And then it has a holder that goes down and of course holds it back into place. So all you have to do is push this button and release. I'll put the other one up so I can show you how easy it is. Pull the rod out, set it on, click it in place. Then if you want to take it loose, you just push the button and unclick it. It's really solid, really nice, really beautiful. So let's talk about what we did underneath. So there's the last fitting I had to put on. You see it just clips onto the edge, and then you screw it up by hand. And when I was under there, it was dark, so I could see there was no light coming out from underneath of that. So I would assume that means I got a fantastic seal on that. So the only thing we have left to do is put the drain tubes in, and I'm gonna play around doing that now. I want to try to do something slick. There is a hole in the bottom of the bed. See if I can pick that up. There it is. But I see this little cap on the side. So I'm wondering if I can be slick and get that tube from there right out that cap out the side, so that way it'll stay hidden and out of sight. Let's see what we can do. So there we go. I'm hoping you can see that there is carpet on the bottom side of this, and I'm actually hoping that helps make it a little quieter myself. I haven't heard if there's any road noise with this. But again, the prop rod's real simple. Push, remove, Tuck it back into his location. Same thing, gonna remove. Oop, don't want to drop that on my brand new truck. Tuck it back into his location. I was gonna show you one more, what I call a nice feature of this. If you were going to flip this up, this here can strap in here and then pull tight. And when it pulls tight, it's just going to keep this down. So if you're like me and you're doing 110 down the highway, you don't have to worry about this thing blowing up or flipping up. Then when you're not using it, you can just latch it right back onto itself. Again, that is good engineering. Way to go, guys. I love to see good quality engineering. The latches look super quality, super healthy and robust. I assume that's a wearable part, and I assume that there's probably a replacement part down the road. I don't know. We'll see how long they last. But again, they look really durable. So now we are at the final stage. Closing up the bed cover. There you have it. Looks beautiful. It's the UltraCover Flex by UnderCover. And it is gorgeous. Let me get off this truck and show you guys around. You'll see that seals up good and tight. This keeps the seal around the edge. Now, it was boxed up, so there's a little wrinkle in here. I know with the sun and everything, that'll lay out flat. But you can see how beautiful that matte finish is. How good the fitment is across the front and the back. Seemed to lay in perfect. I did this all by myself. You hear me breathing heavy. I am a little chunky butt. Sorry about that. Breathing heavy, if you can hear it in the mic. Oh, that didn't latch down real good. So again, one of the things I like about this is it will keep everything cool and dry, and it will keep my bed looking nice, which I'm praying for. Here we go. Perfect install. Thank you guys for watching. It looks really beautiful. I'm really impressed with the product, impressed with the engineering. I am not paid to say this by anybody. Anybody knows me knows that I like the real talk, and the real talk is that UltraCover Flex is legit. I've had some bed covers in my time, but I will say, if nothing else, this is the prettiest one I've owned. So we'll give it a road test and make sure there's no shake, no noise. I will come back in a week and snug up all the hardware. Don't say anything about that in the instructions, but I'm gonna do it just for myself. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get it.